This is a quick start tutorial showing how to install and use Spline Architect in Unity 6. Open the Package Manager, go to My Assets, find Spline Architect, and import it to your project. If you don't see the Spline Architect toolbar, you can enable it in the Overlay menu. To create a spline, press this button. In Unity 2022, the button is located inside a drop-down menu. Now we can create new splines or add control points to the currently selected spline. Since we have selected a control point, two menus are available if you press this button. The first menu contains all settings for the spline, and the second menu contains all settings for the selected control point. You can switch the menu layout from vertical to horizontal. Toggle them on and off with a shortcut, and enable floating menus if you want to move them freely. To deform a game object, simply add it as a child to the spline. You can now move, rotate, scale, and duplicate it freely. As you can see, the deformations are not aligned. Align them by pressing the To Center button. You can change the scale using the Transform's scale fields, but the position and rotation fields in the transform will not work. You need to use the position and rotation fields in the Spline Architect menu. To align multiple deformations, enable the grid snapping feature. If you don't want to deform a game object, change its type to follower. Deform a mesh collider by simply adding a mesh collider component to the game object. Let's create a road intersection using spline connectors. We will use this road piece as our intersection and add one spline connector for each road we want to connect. The intersection mesh is exactly 8 meters wide and 8 meters long. So each connector should be positioned 4 meters from the center of the mesh. Let's add the spline connectors. And add the 4 meter offset to each connector. Now we select the control point on the spline you want to connect. As you move it, you will see 4 red dots and 1 white dot. The red dots indicates each spline connector. The white dot indicates the closest spline connector. That's the one the spline will connect to when you press this Connect button. Let's connect the roads. As you can see, the roads are not aligned correctly. We also need to align the rotation of the spline connector. Perfect! Now we can move the intersection mesh freely, and all attached roads will move with it. The spline type setting changes how the spline behaves. The static spline is perfect for train tracks, roads, and similar things. For more complex shapes, like loops, switch to dynamic. If you select the spline, you will see that the transform is not centered on the spline. This can make it harder to scale and rotate. Click the Select and Center Spline button to fix this. That's all for now. If you have any questions, leave a comment below or join the Discord. Thank you for watching.